Hey, I'm Jim. I'm gonna tell you about my half year abroad, the 5 best and worst parts of this experience, how it felt, meeting new people, doing this experience, studying, all these new things. This is my Erasmus in Bilbao. Okay, meeting new people. I think this is one of the best reasons to go abroad, because when you go abroad and you do it like in first semester, you will meet a lot of people that will also do it in that time period, which means you're all doing the same thing and you all have no friends basically, unless you brought a fellow student, which is not very common. But you're all in this thing together. It's really easy to make friends in this situation, which I really liked. And then with all these new friends, you also get all of their cultural things, and they teach you a lot about like their food traditions, timetables, like to do this, to do that. And I thought that was like really interesting to know. And it gives you a little broader idea of how you can like go about things, which was quite nice. Calling another place your home. I think this is maybe on my list, and it's pretty underrated because it's quite a nice feeling, honestly, to be able to invite friends over from your country and then just be like the tour guide. It's pretty cool, honestly. And then just in the restaurants, still with your shaky new Spanish, trying to order stuff, and it's really fun. It's really fun. Furthermore, then we had this fun place. It's called the Triangle. Well, actually, that's what we called it because it was an intersection where you could just buy drinks and stuff. It was really fun, but it had the shape of a triangle, and we never really knew how the place was called. But somehow we just made this triangle name up, and I don't know, it's just really funny to see how this stuff just gets created. Oh, let's go to this one bar with this white church next to it, and like you just instantly recognize which bar it is just because you just know all these street things and details. It's really fun. Deeper cultural integration. This is also a really interesting thing of going abroad. Understanding the why between cultural indifferences is really interesting to me. For example, in Spain, I noticed people really try to live life to its fullest. They prioritized living over working, which was really interesting because you get to go like a lot more out, I think, when you do that. In general, you end up doing way more fun stuff, and I guess that's where it's all about. So for me, that was really interesting to have as a perspective. Personal development. I think everyone that's just going abroad is like searching for some reason to get out of his or her comfort zone, because Erasmus just gives you the opportunity to play life on hard mode, but then just be able to make mistakes, and it's no big deal. Like, there's so much helpful people. It's pretty nice. It's a good way of discovering where you're capable of, I guess. For example, I had this little trouble thing with my accommodation, and it was really annoying. But eventually, I fixed it. My ability to get things done skyrocketed, and it was like really, really great to just notice. Okay, and now we have exploring beyond your own city. So, I didn't really even think about the option of going to other cities until like I met all of the people there, because people are mostly really open to new ideas. So it was really easy to just plan trips, like let's go to Barcelona next weekend or something. And then I was like, yeah, okay, sounds good, let's do it. So yeah, I got to see Barcelona and Madrid, and then there also was an organization. It's called Happy Erasmus, and they just planned trips for us, and it was really nice. So that's also a really good way to meet a lot of people. But then there are also some downsides of going abroad. So yeah, here are the 5 worst things about going abroad. The dip is quite something. It's something that happens to most Erasmus students. It's where in the first month you're buzzing with energy and you're all fun and everything is new and everything is super cool. And then in the second month, you start longing from your home stuff. So your friends, your family, your eating habits and everything. I must say, for me, the dip was a bit early, I would say, because I had some trouble with my housing, as I said. So in general, I didn't really have big problems with it because, yeah, well, there were just a lot of people that carried me through it, I guess I would say. So yeah, it was quite fun. Cultural integration. This one kind of caught me by surprise, I would say, because I've been to Spain a lot of times for my holidays. So I didn't think this would be a problem at all, actually. But yeah, it's different when you actually live there. So yeah, the many times I've just been standing in front of a store with my shopping bags, realizing it's Sunday. So yeah, the stores are closed. And then there's the whole siesta thing, just restaurants and shops closing at an unexpected time. It happened more than I would have wanted, that I was like, oh yeah, okay, let's get something to eat. And then you're like, oh, too bad. So yeah, but it's like the small things, going to the club. They mostly play reggaeton and it's quite nice music. But I really didn't speak any good Spanish, so I couldn't really understand what like the lyrics was about. So you cannot really sing with that. Yeah, small stuff as I said, but yeah, it's something you will get through at some point. Time flies by so incredibly quickly. You really feel like you want to do everything all at once, basically. I mean, that's how it kind of felt for me. I was always busy with like, okay, I need to do this course and I want to do surfing and I want to go to this club and I want to do a hike, for example, because you know it's going to be over in, let's say, 5 months or 4 months, 3 months. It's like there's a timer, you know. So yeah, I did do a lot of things combined with that some of my courses really didn't exactly fit my industrial design engineering profile. Meant that I had to do a lot of work for them. So yeah, that wasn't the best combo, but I got through it and I got my points, so it's fine. But yeah, that's something to think about. Really look at what you're gonna do and what you're gonna pick, because you really have to do it for 5 months. Post-Erasmus depression. I heard about this from my teachers and they told me that it's when you get home from your Erasmus that you have to kind of miss everyone and the timetables and the food and just going back to your normal, let's say, regular life. It didn't really have a lot of effect on me because, I mean, I was really busy with some graduation finals. Plus, I do have to admit, I did make a lot of Dutch friends that I am still able to see because they don't live that far away from me. So yeah, that also makes a big difference, I think. The paperwork. So if you want to do an Erasmus and study abroad, it's quite some paperwork, honestly. It sucks, but I mean, it's necessary, I guess, because you need some proper contracts. First things first, you tell your school which top 3 universities you would like to go to. Hopefully they pick your top option. That's what happened to me, so that's really nice. And if that's all fixed, you start making, I think, the learning agreement, where you have a contract with all of your background information. So like your receiving institution knows like who you are. Also, you write down like all of the courses you want to follow there. If you have done all of that, you can also apply for grants, like the Erasmus Plus grant, I think it's called. So it's around 300 euros, I think, a month for Spain. But it really depends on like how expensive the city is. And then when you arrive at your new university, you need to fill in your confirmation of stay. This way, both universities can see when you officially arrive there. Plus, when you go, you fill in your end of mobility. So they basically have the time frame of how long you went, so they can check if the Erasmus grant actually applies for you and for how long. Also, when you leave, you get your transcript of records, where is shown how much ECTs or study points you've earned through your courses and which grades you got. That's just basic information to let your own university know what you have accomplished. So yeah. And to finish this video, I would like to end with some advice. First of all, choose a city with a lot of students, because more students means more people that are going to the same thing as you do. So you will have more support and more things and more interesting situations. Second of all, arrange your housing early, because if you're not gonna do this early, the best houses are gonna be taken, or you're gonna stress about it really late in the process. My third point is choose some courses that actually really fit your study. If you find a course that's like really exciting, yeah, you should totally go for it. But it could maybe take like a lot of time to properly finish it. My fourth tip is learn a bit of the language, because this really makes it a lot easier to somewhat integrate yourself into the culture, which just is for obvious reasons quite nice. And my last point is expect a low point, because it is, after all, you in a new city, in a new place, for maybe even the first time. I hope this video has inspired you guys to maybe do a half a year abroad yourself, or just travel alone somewhere. I think it's really recommended. So I'm sure you guys totally fix it.